We might play a Spanish, or at least something that it isn't immediately worse for white. And then instead of all the Italian nonsense we've been playing recently, we might play some. We might play some, like, regular Italian, or something normal against the Spanish. Anyhow, let's hop into a 10-minute game. Okay. E4, E5. Okay. Knight F3, Knight C6. It's a Scotch. Okay, what we played against the Scotch is normal enough. Just Queen F6. Okay, win in 6 moves. Very fun. I hope I don't get flagged for beating my opponents too quickly. I've been facing less of the Danish recently, which is a win. I don't really like the Danish or the Scotch gambits. Okay, we got a 4 knights. 4 knights Scotch takes. Okay. Takes. I think d5 is the move here. Right. I'll play d4 in a moment. Okay, not gonna play d4 right now. I don't want to get hit with rook e1. I'm gonna play d4 after bishop e6. Okay. I think I'll just. Okay, not there. I think bishop e7 might be the move. Like the not. I don't think this is theory of any kind. But I think this just might be the best move because we're defending the knight. And takes. Okay. Let's just castle here. I didn't like that there was a discovery on my rook. So we'll take.
You put seasoning in it? Yeah. Make it fire, bro. Do you have any tortillas so you can like tacos?
Okay. Rook e8. No, sorry, rook e1. Play rook b8. Attack the pawn. Okay, they move. And let's activate this rook. Okay. We can attack the rook and attack the bishop. So like rook f4, bishop d3, cd3, and king e7, or king g7 actually. Actually, I think just rook d6 is more prudent. And we can go c6 here. Gonna play rook d8 if they play rook c4. I think I'll go rook b5 now. I want to neutralize the damage of the structure by getting these pawns to kind of cancel out. My c and a pawns cancel out, I mean. Okay, we'll play rook d5. Let's go rook d7. Oh wait, we give up f6, yeah. Okay. Gotta play c5 to defend the pawn. Well, move the pawn into danger, I mean. Okay. Play rook e5. And rook e7. Check. Attack the pawn. Okay. They take. I'll take. They take. I think this is winning. Rook c3. And push. Okay. b4 does nothing, I just take. My rook's defended. Okay, this is definitely losing for my opponent. Because I queen, and then, yeah. I don't know what b4 was. b4 and rook c3 was just a bad combination. But I think it might have already been winning. I was thinking that even down a pawn I was winning because I had the very strong d pawn. Okay, white's winning here. Rook b5. Okay, I had rook a5. Rook d5 isn't bad. Yeah, engine likes a5, but I wanted a full pawn. c5. Rook e5 is the best move. King f1. And then engine likes rook d e7. Bring the d rook to the e file. Okay, g3 is good. Rook e1. Okay. Yeah, rook d1's good. Okay. So trading, I'm taking on d3 is good. And then rook c3. Okay, so I'm definitely worse here, but that's only because the king can come back. King f1's good. Yeah, king f1 maintains the biggest advantage for white. But b4, it's equal, and then they take, and I'm queening. Okay, apparently d takes is slightly better. I guess because it doesn't allow them to play a4. But, and also didn't lose this pawn. But, I mean, both are completely winning. And then they resigned. Okay. We'll go for another 10-minute game. We've won the last two games pretty quickly. Okay. Let's consider what to play. Let's just go e4. I've won my last two games with black. So, we'll play Carol Khan. The only way to, well, the best way to push for an advantage against the Caro is the advanced. Then they play c5, which I think is just, they get f4. I had a course on this once. One of those Gotham courses. Okay. The move is, I think bishop e3. Wait, bishop e3, there's d4. Okay, yeah, so knight c6 is definitely the better way to play this rather than e6 first. If e6 first, there's just bishop e3, and then black's kind of screwed. But I'll just play b4 and advance on the queen side. I know this isn't the best plan, at least I don't think it is, but, you know, it's fun. We're going to try to force this bishop back to c7, in which case it'll stare into two pawns. Okay. Opponent smartly does not allow me to play a5 and force bishop c7. I'll just keep these pawns here because they're super annoying for black. Play bishop d3. If they castle, yeah, castling's a mistake. Bishop h7. Greek gift time. Love to see it. Okay, just queen h5 is completely crushing. They can't even sack the queen for the knight.
No, put some of that in the cream or the tea.
So yeah, black's just dead lost here.
Where's the
Rook e8, queen h7, king f8, queen h8, knight g8, and knight h7. Okay, let's just play out what we were thinking. Rook e8, queen h7, king f8, queen h7, queen h8, sorry. Check, and then, oh wait, the knight frees. Hold on, this is even winning? Okay, no. Wait, what am I doing? There's queen f7. Yeah. Then apparently the best move is just lift the rook. Well, queen f7, king goes back. And then just... Yeah, rook f1 is the unique plan. Then I guess knight f5. I don't know, this is just completely winning. But what I thought was winning was not actually winning. It's a little humbling. Okay, we got a 1912. We'll play d4 this time. Okay. d6. We'll play e4. Let's play knight c3. Pawn's defended. Play f4 next. Actually, h3, f4, f4. Knight f3. We got an Austrian attack. The Austrian attack is serious enough. So, let's play d5, locking this down. Let's go bishop e3. And we'll go queen d2 and castle.
Have some green ST.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should acknowledge the threat on the queen side. I think I'll just go g4 and start attacking. We don't necessarily have to castle.
This is gonna be good.
Actually, knight e2 just defends knight g3 after g5. But the thematic move is probably f5 here. Okay, I've blundered a pawn. But I'll play like queen d3, knight f6, and f5. Takes.
Actually,
Rook g1.
just because I don't know, like.
Okay. Rook b1. Probably bishop c3 is the move. And then I take. Right, I'll take. They take. Play rook b3. Gonna win this knight. Hopefully. Okay. This is very annoying. Opponent is not letting me have everything I want, so I'll just sack the rook.
Oh, what's being made here?
Takes. We'll give that up. We'll play bishop e2. And I'm just wondering if I can play like knight g5. Knight g5. Sack the rook. Probably not. I'll just castle. H6 is hanging.
That's fire!
Opponent's up 4 points of material. H6, bishop a6, rook a8, bishop c4, queen c4. I hold on to the pawn. Okay, I think just taking a6 is good. There's like knight e4, queen d3, defending the bishop. The problem with rook a8, queen d3 is that there's c4. And c4 cuts the vision, and the bishop's also defended. So that wouldn't be good. I'll play rook d1, we'll threaten c5. Actually, yeah, rook c8 is impossible. Rook c5 would counterpin my bishop to my queen. But I think just taking c5 is the best move in a moment. We'll see what they do if they defend it. Okay, they do defend. Okay, if I had queen c2, I'd be happy. I'd win a piece there. But I don't, so let's not dwell on it. Let's go queen d3. And d5 will play c4. f5. Oh, it doesn't work, just takes, and then I get a rook over there somehow. Okay, d5. I was thinking c4, but then I see d4. Then I guess I take and I win the piece. So we'll go c4. Could also go like queen c2 next. Yeah, but yeah, d4, I just take the knight. There's a queen hanging after they take my, if they take on e3. So yeah, what are they gonna play? There's knight g3 maybe? So then I just take on d5. Play like knight e5, bishop c5. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. I just take. Then I take here too. There are no checks for my opponent, which is one of the reasons why. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go with queen c2, attacking the queen. I can't take on e4 yet, but once they move, I'll take on e4. Unless they want to sack their queen, which wouldn't be that unwelcome. They'd have 2 rooks and 3 pawns for a bishop and a queen, so material would be roughly equal. Plus they'd have my queen to attack. Okay, we'll take. Kind of forgot they could play knight d6. I can take and win c4. But now their knight's pinned, so maybe that's not a good idea. When you have a piece that's pinned, you don't always have to take it unless you get attacked. Like, for example, my bishop was just getting attacked by their queen. I'll play rook d4, attacking c4. d5 is impossible, I just take. And if they play like queen c6, then I would play like queen e4, breaking the pin.
I like the leafy case, you know? It's like,
Okay.
I feel like that's good.
Rook d3.
I feel like it tastes more like tea, you know? That just tastes like actual water. It's just like
Okay, there's
way better.
d5 would counterattack f4. I'll play knight d4. I'm kind of walking into a pin here, but I'll play like king g2. Okay. I guess there's no king g2 anymore. I'll play queen c1. Queen b7, there's knight c3, knight f3. Okay, I'll play knight e2 now, which attacks the pawn. Okay, opponent defends. Okay, I should probably get my king off the back rank. Although where to put it is the question. I think I'll go king h2 because there's rook b1. Well, there's rook b1 now, and I guess they're queening. Right, it's a little frustrating. Just getting brutally outplayed this game.
What do you think about these checkerboard bands?
Okay, they queen. I'll take. They take. I'll play rook takes. If they allow me, I'll play rook d8. Oh wait, yeah, there's... I was looking at queen h1 for some reason. But queen g1 is also mate. Okay, we got another game. We got a 1700 this time, which is a little interesting. I mean, I'm over 1900 and I'm facing 1760. I guess that just comes from a smaller player base than lichess. Okay, it's a 4 knights Italian, which is refuted by knight e4. This is just equal, but only if they play bishop d3. Okay, that is not equal. I'm comfortably better here on move 7. I'll play bishop g4,
MLB Wonderball.
bishop h5,
You don't understand.
and we'll play
Is that
long castle. Let's go. Not queen f6. Can go queen b4, pick up b2. But not really sure if I want to. Play queen d5. If knight c3, then I'll play bishop b4, and I've gotten bishop b4 and queen d5 for free, pretty much. Which is why opponent definitely shouldn't go backwards. Also, if knight c3, I can just take on f3. Knight d5, bishop d1. Okay, I don't like that move for my opponent. Play f5. And I'll play queen a5 now, which maintains defense at e5 and allows bishop to b4. a3 to stop bishop b4 doesn't stop bishop b4 at all. I'll just play bishop b4 anyway. They can't take us the rook. And I can also play e4. So I'd say that on move 13 I'm definitely completely winning. I'd say this is minus 2, minus 2.5. Okay. What to play here? I can play e4. I can also just play bishop b4 and give it the rook. I think that works too. Okay, takes. Preparing e4. I can also take on f3, damaging their structure. But I don't think a damaged structure is good enough for the exchange. Plus it also prevents e4 pretty much, because they just take. Although, and then play d4, I guess. But then rook takes. Yeah, I still think I'd do better there. But even down the exchange, I still think I'm better. We'll definitely analyze this one for sure.
Here.
We'll go e4. As I said before, a3 does nothing.
You want me to help you?
a3, I just take the rook. Or ab4, I take their rook. And now I'm attacking their knight as well.
Fuck, dude, where'd the knight
So
go?
yeah, that's not a good move. I'll take.
We're gonna have to use one of yours.
King e2, I'll be brutal and just take.
Fuck.
Or even, hold on. Takes, bishop takes. Okay, what to play here? There's knight d4, which pops out to me. There's also just rook e8, and I think I'm just picking up the knight for free.
I mean, we could just like make tortillas and put beef and cheese in it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tactics flow from a superior position, and I think I was just crushing, even before a3.
You want me to put like
And a3 and ab4. Okay, opponents only played 14 games, so they don't necessarily have the experience that playing 1,000 times as much as that would give. But king g2 is also just not a great move. I just take on c2, and I'm up a lot of material. Okay, check. And check. Win the rook. Okay, let's analyze this.
You don't want to use the opponent's stuff. Oh. Oh, Parker's out. The walls are really. Basically just a
Okay.
Huh? I mean, you can mix it, make it like Mexican style.
I played at 88% accuracy. Made one blunder, which I think was bishop e4. Yeah, bishop e4. I'm still, as I was saying in the game, move 13. I'm still better. Even after the exchange, I'm still better. Okay. So what I calculated was correct. Taking and then playing e4 was good, I think. Let's just see what the engine says. Taking. They take. Oh, knight d4. E4 is still possible. Wow, they're better. Okay, yeah. It's crazy. That's not what I would have played. I just played e4. I'm still comfortably better, maybe, but yeah, just playing h2 would have been good, but yeah, ef3 is the best move. They took, which was a mistake, and I missed knight d4 again. I actually saw it in this position. Yeah, I actually saw knight d4 here, but I'd have to get the bishop out, and then it'd be hard to fork the king and the queen with one of them having moved to the queen having moved to e1. However, just check, and they resigned after I forked them. So yeah, 88% accuracy is pretty good. After d5, as I said, it was equal. Then they made a mistake. I said I was better on move 6, which is true. Queen d6 is the best move. d3, bishop g4. Study this line once, have it over the board. Okay, yeah. Castling's good. Knight e4. Okay, queen b4, I talked about for a moment. Picking up b2. And indeed, that's what the low-depth stockfish wanted. Hold on. Queen b4. Knight d2. Okay, I can pick up b2. And I think that's either the second or third best move. But just playing f5, stopping g4, I guess. Or not really stopping g4, they just played anyway, so I have a pawn. Would be good. So yeah. I had a couple inaccuracies and one blunder, but that blunder didn't really result in me giving up the control of the game. I was still better after that blunder, but okay. I'd love to get the Von Pop-Peel rep and play d4 here, but this is a semi-serious chess stream, so we'll play knight c3. And I can show you guys the Lionheart gambit if they play queen a5. Lionheart is pretty sound. Okay, b4. Wait, I'm playing a 5-minute game. Oops. Then play a rapid game. Idea is queen b4, knight b5, and queen a. Wait, no, queen a4 wouldn't be a thing. Okay, bishop e2. We'll use the queen like a pinata. They missed bishop g4, by the way. Okay, let's play bishop b2, take advantage of the move b pawn. And if like g6, I can just play there. Okay, let's play b5. I want to move the queen out. I want to get the queen to move, but okay. h3. We'll be taking. Okay, they won't take. I'll play rook b1 using the open b file. probably made a mistake with bishop to with a b5, but not a huge one. I just feel like I'm in a good position right here. I think I'll go g5. Not knight e5. Knight e5 drops a pawn. Okay, they go knight e4.
Yo!
Queen d3, knight f2.
Come on, cut it up.
I don't exactly want to take.
Huh? Stop, you're doing it?
I think I'll play d5 here.
Yes.
Knight c3, bishop c3, knight e5. No, the knight really can't really move it. Go back to e7 probably. Or they could just take. Okay. So I can sack the queen. Takes. Bishop a5. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll just sack the queen. The intrusive thoughts won. Okay. Queen c6. There is I had bishop a5 before, I thought. And I can still play bishop a5, I think. Okay, they just played b6, right? That makes sense. Bishop d2, I'll castle. Okay, so just give me rook e1. And I'll play bishop. Hold on. This is getting a little intense. Okay, we'll go bishop e3, breaking the pin on the king. And I'll play like knight d2, knight d4, king f1. Wait, moving the knight would just result in the loss of the rook. Just check. So I'd probably not do that. Okay, let's play rook g1. We're down 3 points of material. We have the queen and the knight for the pawns. For the queen and the two pawns, but I don't know. I don't really like my position anymore. Play rook d1. The opponent should probably just... Okay, I was going to say they should probably just play rook d8, stopping rook d1. They could get the queen for the two rooks in that case. Okay, let's go rook b1. Bishop a5 should be played, I think. And then I'll play like rook d6. Bishop c5 drops a piece. Okay, I'll play a3 and rook b6. Let's go rook d4 and rook d7. And let's play rook b7. This rook can't really move, or else I take on f7. And I'll play like knight e5. Okay. Wait, knight e5 just... There's queen e4. So I'll play h4 here. Takes. f6 would lose the queen.
$1 fight?
Okay. Takes. Queen f5. Okay, let's not play knight h4 and lose the queen. I think I'll play king g3, which stops queen g4. Then I'll play knight h4 next. Okay. Rook c8. Hold on. I can take f7 as I said before. I'm assuming they want to trade. Yeah. Check. And I think just g6 is good here. Okay. They can go there. I'll go here. We break the pin. Okay. Not in time. Right. It's well played by my opponent. Good queen sacrifice too. Or not really a sacrifice, honestly. King d7. e6. Yeah, it's a good move. Could have just played g5, but I don't know why they didn't. Quickest to win by making 2 queens. Okay. The last game of last stream, I was down a pawn in a losing king game, in a losing pawn endgame, and I pulled out a draw because I just played on and forced my opponent into time trouble. I was pretty losing for most of the game, that last game, the game that I was talking about, but I managed to draw because I persevered, and there's still a chance my opponent will stalemate me. Like if they slip queen b2, then that's a stalemate.
Like, remember when Justin was trying to get his dog to pay attention to him, so he shot his gun. Huh?
Okay. Back to the rapid portion. We'll play d4, d5. If the queen's game will accept. Okay, I don't like facing the London without playing knight f6 first. I think the best move is approach is c4. Although I could be mixing up my total lack of London theory. I'll play c5. And let's go knight c6, applying some pressure. I can play bishop d6 if I want. Okay. I think I'll go queen b6. Not really thinking my opponent will play a4. Not really a London move. Okay. Knight to e5. I'll play queen b5, cutting them from castling and attacking b2. Next I can take. Okay, they play queen b3. Queen b3 is a good move, I think. Okay, they take a takes. I think I'll just trade. Probably play c takes. Yeah, London players are questionable. Let's say that. We'll play bishop b4, which pins the knight. Threatening knight e4. Okay, so they defend. I think I'll just castle here and play rook c8. Okay, rook c8. I'm gonna play rook c2. Okay. Let's play knight h5, get rid of the bishop. I can't really play knight e4 anymore because f3 and the knight on d2 not lock it down. Yeah, I'll just take. And take. And go rook c8, rook c1, and bishop d6. Not really threatening to take. I mean, I guess I am, because I'd also fork them. But I just have a good bishop with a lot of dark square targets against a pretty bad knight. Okay, let's go a6. Play rook c8 next. Okay, they're threatening to go to b6, so we should probably not get forked. Like, if I played rook c8, I would get forked. So let's not do that. Let's go bishop c7. We can go bishop to. Hold on. If I go king c6, there's knight e6 check.
What if we get a B incline?
Or knight a6 check. So I think I'll just go.
Huh? Still making me. It's so fire.
Hold on. I'll go king d8.
Oh shit, you.
They can take on b7. I'll play king c8 and then rook b8.
You think so?
Line up on the pawns. Yeah, I'm just gonna blow my nose.
What do you think? Three? You think we fit three?
Okay. King c8 at least attacks the bishop or the knight, and I guess rook c8 would be rook b8 would be bad. I'll go king d8 back,
No, they're not alright. I'm just trying to do a test.
and let's go rook b8. We'll attack there, stop knight b7. They can take, I guess, but then I take b2 and come back. Yeah, I'll take. King d2, I'll probably play bishop a5. Or king d2 is just bad because I take b2 with check. Okay. Let's go bishop a5 check. And we can play rook b3 here. Try to pick that up. I'll play king d7. Oh god.
I think it's mission.
Yeah, I just wanted to fork again. Wasn't thinking. Let's play f6. Gonna prepare e5. Actually, I would have to take e5. I can't take on c5. They take twice. And if I take on, yeah, I'd just lose a pawn now.
Fire! We should start our own food truck. Make street food, you know?
Okay. Yeah, if they had taken on e5,
Why?
I'd have had to play king e6 because
Like what?
there'd be a knight e6 or sorry knight e7 forking. We'll attack that.
You just don't see yourself doing that. What do you see yourself doing?
Let's go bishop b6.
Should we grow wheat? Start our own wheat point? Huh? Yeah, it's a legitimate state that supports that too, you know, like, and that's like hot enough, you know? You think you can have a wheat farm in Florida?
Bishop d8.
You think so? Texas? No, there's no way Texas. Dude, Texas is highly illegal. Huh? Yeah. Even medicinal.
Okay, I'm just down a rook for a pawn here. They can take, but I'll play bishop e6 and then I have a chance.
You think you can come smaller than even that?
Okay. go bishop c7. Like, don't really have a threat. Those pawns are defended. Also by the knight. I'll just go h6. Stop anything from going to g5. But allowing rook b7. However, rook b7, there's bishop check, and can't go there. Okay. Let's go king d5. I don't see any forks that they could. Well, there's knight d3, which is a check. Then I go back, and then. Okay, let's go h5. If I can win their knight, I'm doing fine. But I've won a pawn, so now I still have the pawn and the bishop for the knight. Okay, we'll run away. They give a check. We'll allow knight f7, which is fire. Let's just blunder the bishop completely.
I don't know, bro. Should I even go to college? That's what you want to do. You say like certificate. I'm gonna be like 80. You don't have to go to college if you want to be to college.
Check. Takes. I can just take. Yeah.
Navy still. Fuck. All you need to do is know how to kill. Huh?
Okay, I'm too far away to defend the pawn now.
That'd be kind of cool.
Probably should have played g5 instead, but I'd have to down g5 then.
So much legal shit as a police officer, though.
Okay. I'm not gonna really try to avoid checkmate for too much longer. If I wanted to avoid for a couple more moves, I could have played king h7, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't really. They were gonna checkmate me anyway. They weren't low on time or anything. Oh, they did face like a 2100. He couldn't checkmate me at the minute on the clock with the queen. It was one of those times I was playing 1+1, which is kind of ridiculous. So we'll play I think this is the Leonidas variation.
What?
Let's go bishop c5. We'll allow knight e5. But we'll just play like d6, right?
I need to lock in if I'm going to start my other food trade.
Okay, I'll play d6 now. I'll play bishop e6, queen d7, and attack on the king side.
Bro! Should I put some salsa on that?
Probably should play h6 first. I don't want to allow knight g5. Okay, they play bishop g5, and I take my knight. I don't care.
You do care.
I don't care.
You always care.
I want them to take my knight. There's queen g3 and queen g4. So if knight f2, knight h2, I just pick up the bishop, which is funny. This bishop on c5 is probably the best piece that I have, honestly. Okay, I'll take. And rook g1, there's queen h4. Queen h4 gives up g7, I take f2. I come back. If I play queen g1, then I can trade. And I'm up 2 pawns. Okay, knight d5. I kind of just want to open the G file. I mean, like I feel like that's good. There are no checks with the knight that do anything. Knight e7 loses a piece. Knight b6 loses a piece. Excuse me. Bad at drawing arrows. Knight takes. Okay, just king b8. You have no more checks. Could also have taken. But I'll just use that bishop as a pinata. Okay, I'll take. There's like h5. Could also play rook g8.
Was JJ ever in Army?
Okay, rook g8 now. And rook g1 I'll just take. Okay.
You think if
Yeah,
I
I'll
really
take that.
wanted to change my mindset, will I get ripped? Do you
And
think I
take.
could easily?
They stopped me from playing bishop f2, which is probably smart. But they don't have a rook on g8 anymore. So let's play knight d4. We'll try to stop their knight from coming into the game. And if it goes to g4, then I just... Okay, that's not a good move. Now I won a piece. Opponent's also 1760, so they kind of had an excuse. Plus this bishop won't even get out. I'll just take. Then take the knight. Yeah, I'll take. And now, after I take h2, I'll be attacking f2 as well. They can't defend.
I mean, obviously not the same, but you work those guys too.
Okay, white resigns. I also had rook h1. I was anticipating like king g2 or something. Not king g2. King e2, sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I saw it after Lupo. I saw what happened to him. Well, like a month ago. Maybe 2 months ago. Haven't seen anything, haven't really been following the PogChamp stuff since. Okay, we have a 1902 who may or may not make a move. Do you mind?
I do.
Play e4, e5. Okay, if I play the Spanish, I have to play something serious. In the Yiddish game, it's pretty sound, but... Bishop b5, I'll have to play like a6 and knight f6, or a6 b5, knight a6, knight f6. Okay, luckily it's a Spanish, it's a Italian, not a Spanish. Okay. I used to play this. I play this over the board actually. c3 to play d4, and then
Yeah, I asked the same question.
I think they just give up a pawn now. Yeah. Knight c3. We'll take d4. We'll take e4. Okay. We'll defend.
No, I asked you, I said, just asked if you had soul sense, so I asked the same question.
I heard that he cheated and then cheated by using stockfish and then he didn't really like apologize properly for it. But if you've heard something more recently, then you're more up to date than I am.
Thanks, Ryan, for choosing. What? Are you just gonna eat the meat? Yeah.
Okay, I'll take and play the castles and rook e1, rook e8. Okay, they can take. I'll take back and they can't take. Of course, that won't stop them from taking if they want to. 95, I'll take. They'll take. Bishop f5, hold on to the pawn. Okay, yeah. Not being able to take doesn't stop people from taking. Just f6. Knight c6. Rook f7, or rook e5. d5, yeah, they just lose the queen now. Takes, takes. Takes, takes. And bishop a6, stopping them from castling. Let's play queen d3 now. Okay. Let's go queen e7. stop anything from going to c5.
Not me.
And then we'll play rook d8. And we'll give up a pawn, but we'll be completely winning because we have the queen. They have a rook for it though, so I should be a little careful. Let's go check. And queen f6 will improve the position a little bit for us. g3 seems a little bit like a weakness. Well, I probably could have taken first and then played it there. Let's go e4. I could have. Wait, what? Okay. I'll take. They have to go back. They have to go to the back rank, and then I'll play. Oh wait, I have queen e2 mate. Right. But bishop b3 is what I was thinking, and then. Yeah, bishop knight 6 was doing a good job. Okay, we get white. We'll play e4. Okay, it's an Owen's defense. I'll play knight c3. Let's go h4. There's a gambit popularized by Leela where I can just give up e4, which nobody knows, and just play a3. It's for black, but because my tempo up, I just play h4, which I was going to play anyway. I think the line is queen g4, and then bishop f4, knight b5. Except like queen f6. I think I can go bishop d3, and then bishop d5 to trap the queen. g6. Yeah, I'll just play knight b5 and bishop f4, or maybe bishop f4, knight b5. Okay. We'll go here, cutting off these squares. They have to play h6. Or maybe g6 even. Okay, they go. Yeah, that's not what I thought they had to play. But I guess that I've just done it wrong. I'll take. And I don't have all the ideas that I was looking for before. But I'll play knight b5.
You hear him, Jess? No.
What if we go shooting again now and get set again?
Let's play f4 so we can castle. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the raid action chats.
This guy's doing streamer mode.
Okay, c6, there's knight d6. Pick up the bishop. How's everybody doing? Action raid indeed. Okay, I can play knight d6 and bishop a6. That feels kind of cool, so I'll play it. You just pick up the knight. Otherwise, they're going to trade off my knight and then probably not allow me to take their knight. Play knight d8 and then get the knight out of their square. But so now I damage their pawns. And let's go c4. Now I'll get the bishop trapped. I've gotten too many bishops trapped, and it's kind of funny to watch sometimes. But I'd rather not have that experience happen again. A little traumatic last time. Let's castle. Could play rook e1 and d5. Okay. Let's not play d5 blundering mate. I mean, that's the hope. Okay. Bishop a4 is bad because I improved my rook to d2, and now I can play d5. They'll just take on d5, and they can't do anything about it. Okay, we'll play bishop e4. And let's go king b1.
You wanna go look for smokes? Yeah. Seems like it.
We'll play bishop d3 and queen h5. D4 never hangs because of bishop h7. I keep saying these people can't take my pieces, and yet they do and get punished immediately. Let's go king a1.
What's your estimated, like,
Checked and takes.
like if you had to say,
Or maybe not.
what would it be?
Okay, I'll just stack this up for that. The bishop's a little annoying. And I just allow f5. Hold on. I allow f5, but there's queen h5. I take e6.
But like,
Right.
a day, like.
Let's go rook b4. Trade off the rooks before they become a problem. And then I'll play f5. International student vibes. Yeah, people at my level just play bad moves just because. I at least play bad moves because, you know, they're funny. Check. Rook b7. f6. I can just play queen g6 though, right? Rook d7 doesn't work, rook c7 doesn't work, no way to defend g7. Gotta play rook a1, takes, rook d1, king a2, rook a1, king a1, and then get mated. So, good rapid stream so far. Got an 1877, we'll play e4. Okay. It'll be another perk, but we'll play the Austrian attack again, which kind of neutralizes the perk, if played right, which never happens on this channel. Okay, I think I'm supposed to play h3 before knight f3. It's been 4 years since I last looked at this. I know I looked at it in like 2021, probably. I don't know, might have been 2020, but had modern chess openings and I looked at it a bit. Okay. That looks like a free pawn. Is it a free pawn? Rook e8? Yeah, I will refrain from taking the free pawn. I'll play bishop d3 first. They're in to take now. Okay, rook e8. Let's play queen d2, which seems pretty thematic. Okay, bishop h6. And I just want to go g4, h4, h5. But I should probably castle first. Now I'll go g4. G4 might not be the best move, but I mean, g4 followed by h4 is probably not the greatest plan, but you know, it'll be fun. I sometimes sacrifice making good moves for having some fun, which is maybe not the best thing. But I play h5, and I'm gonna take with the rook if they take, which is probably crazy. Crazy for them to take, I mean. Okay. Why don't we just give up the knight? Okay, they don't even want to take, which means that I must have been doing something right. Do I have another trick? Bishop c4. It's getting a little ridiculous. Idea is just d6 if they take. So this, just back to back brilliant moves here. Okay, now I really gotta consider what I'm doing. I can play just bishop b3. Wait, I probably can't do this. Right. Yeah, bishop c4 is too much. Knight b6 just puts a damper on that. Although they might play queen d6, being afraid of my plan. In which case I'll play knight a4. Okay. Opponent's calling me out. Doesn't think I can do this. And they're probably right. I don't know. I don't think I can do this either. I'll play queen c3. They can play knight f2. We're just gonna stack everything this game. We can play like dc7 and hold on. Queen b3. We're putting some pressure on the knight, putting some pressure on the rook. They gotta play like king f7 maybe, with the knight g5. Okay, there's still knight f2, and still knight f2 doesn't work. Okay, so d5, I can take, rook d6, and knight g5 maybe? Okay, I've been messaged. Okay, they take my bishop, which is infuriating because I like that bishop. I'll just take with the rook. And if they defend the rook, I'll play rook h1. Wait, what? That doesn't defend the knight is still hanging. So I'm only down a pawn here, which feels weird. Feels like I should be down more material. Okay. We'll play queen e3, stop our rook from getting forked. They can play like queen g7. Queen g7 kind of stops them from what I think they feel like they should be doing, which is focusing on that rook. I'll just play rook h7. Okay, let's not blunder everything. So play b3. This queen can't get into a3. They'll probably play like queen b4, I'd imagine, and rook h7. Maybe queen b6. Okay. That's annoying. I could go queen c3 again and play queen c4. They just take on e4 and play d5. I could play queen d3 though, which allows this queen c4 plan. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking queen c3 first. I guess they could play rook c8, but rook c8 seems like an overreaction. Unless they want to triple guard the 7th rank. Which would make sense, I guess. Maybe. What about just... Hold on. Queen b4. Queen d4 is this annoying move that I just don't like. Okay. King f8, rook h7. King h8. And, something. Something. I can start running. King d1. Queen d4 is impossible. There aren't any checks that I see. Hold on. Yeah, all these are covered. That's covered. Okay, that's moderately annoying, I guess. Check. They come back. I take. Yeah, I'll take. I'm threatening rook g6. Kind of. Just trying not to lose my queen first. Okay. Apparently I wasn't threatening rook g6. Would have gotten forked.
Maybe MP5.
Play queen e2.
Huh?
Shit.
Huh? Yo, can I use that?
So takes, rook g6. Okay. I get checked. Let's play. Just king e1. There's e4. Okay. How am I gonna break through? Let's play a5 first. Let's not lose anything. I'll play rook g6 next. Yeah, they allow me to play rook g6. Hold on. Rook g6. Rook g6, there's bishop h4. And if I take, then I guess they take. And if I take with the knight, then they take my rook with check. So, yeah, let's not do that. However, alternatives. Can't play king f1 because same problem. Also e4 be an issue. But yeah, I don't see why rook g. I don't see why rook g6 is a bad move. I mean, it's one of the only things I have right now, and I get back into the game in terms of material. Although bishop h4 might be a problem. There's also like e4 now. Yeah, I probably should have thought this through better. e4. We'll go knight d2, put the knight on c4, or if e3, then we can play knight f3 back. Yeah, we'll just go knight f3 back, and I guess they've improved the position because they get the pawn to e3, although their bishop is hanging. Okay, that's not good. Play king f1. Okay, they take. Play king g1 so I don't lose my queen. And I'm also defending the rook. So rook g3 is impossible. Queen g5 is impossible. Okay, they go rook f2. Kind of at a loss here. I think I have to play queen d3 and trade queens a little unfavorably, because otherwise they'd sneak into the back rank with d1, queen d1. Okay, I'll take. Oh. Okay, I have to take. They'll queen. I'll take. They'll take the bishop. Then they'll take my rook. Right. I completely blundered that. Blundered a lot of things just there. Okay. Let's play a5, a6, a7. Can we queen? Please let me queen. Oh, that's not nice. Okay, I'll take. Queen now. They don't even have to take, immediately at least. Okay, let's see if my opponent can convert. They only have a minute left. I'm kind of low on time too, relatively. I normally finish games with like 8 minutes on the clock, but hold on. This person wanted to play earlier. Hopefully I'm not telling too many people where they're from. Although this will probably go on YouTube, so. Okay. They want a rated 5+0 game. Makes sense. We'll play. I'll go e4. We'll go e5. Still a serious chess stream, so let's not play anything too goofy. So 4 knights. 4 knights Italian. I'll take on d4. They can play bishop f7, or they can play knight e4. Then here they can play bishop d5, or they can play bishop d3. Yeah, opponent being 700 doesn't know that you want to reserve the bishop, which makes sense, I guess. Playing e4 here, which might be a little bit of an overextension. I'll play bishop c5. Wait, hold on. The knight on h4 is trapped, so I'll just go g4, g5. I know I said this is a serious stream, but I couldn't resist playing g5. Like, no, let's not take the queen. Okay, I'll take. They played d4, I'll take off and son. We'll castle. I'll go h5 here. I think they're thinking of playing g4. Yeah, so they'll play g4 anyway. I'll take. They'll take. I'll play queen d4, then queen f4, threaten mate. Okay. d4 would have been a good move a couple moves ago, but now I get queen h2. Again to my opponent. They want a rematch. Sure. Okay, I'll play e4. Anticipating they'll play e5. They seem to be pretty principled. Let's go knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. I said there'd be at least one Italian in this stream. Okay. We'll play c3 and d3. I normally play d4 when I play the Italian. After knight f6 at least. But, you know, haven't played the Italian in a long time. I'll castle here. Let's go bishop g5. We'll play knight d2, rook e1, knight f1, knight f3. Okay, let's go rook e1. Okay, they'll take. I don't think that taking was a good move for them, because now I can damage their structure. And we'll play our plan of knight f1 and knight g3. Play knight on g5, check and mate. Knight on f5, I mean. Yeah. This is one of the greatest knight runs I've ever had, I think. If they don't play f5, which I think is the best move, then I'm just gonna trample them with knight f5 and then it's game over. Okay, they go queen e6. I can take that, but it's better to just play knight f5, I think. Okay. Queen g4 and queen g7. And another 16 move game. Okay, I'm actually curious. Is taking the queen the best move? No, I was right. Knight f5 is better. Yeah, promise I'm not cheating, guys. Knight f5, queen f5 is the only move. Yeah, queen f5. Next move is king h7. I guess knight e7 would allow knight g6. And then bishop f2. Then bishop f2 followed by queen f5. Then anything else is just mate. But yeah, king h8 I'd probably play queen h5. Not just because it's the best move on the engine. Okay. Yeah, I made a pretty big mistake here. Okay, knight d2 is the best move. Queen e7. Knight f1 is the best move. Rook e8. Knight g3 is the best move. And then, yeah. So good game to my opponent. And let's see what accuracy he played at. 97, 8 CPL. It's pretty good. Okay. We'll go for one more 10-minute game. Let's go e4. Opponent's too scared of me. Or just more like black against e4. Hold on, time to dox my age. I'm 20. Send that over. Got a game in progress. Oh no, it's d4. Okay. Play knight f6 this time. And it's the London Crusher 9000 is serious enough. Maybe. Yeah, the reason why I'm not accepting this challenge is because I played this person several times. I'm like, well, twice, but I don't see the point of playing 30 plus 30. Okay. They'll allow me to take, so I will. Okay, they play queen d4, which I believe is a mistake. I'll play knight f6. Knight c6, sorry. Attacking the queen. And we could set up with e5. We could set up with d6, g6, and bishop g7. And kind of have a Sicilian. Okay. Opponent doesn't want to let me play e5, so I'll play d5 instead and threaten a fork. Yeah, I don't really agree with their play so far. They're also somewhat weaker than me in rating, at least. But yeah, 7,000 rapid games is crazy. But I don't think that what they're doing is making much sense. Apparently my opponent was an 8-year-old. Now I feel a little weird talking to minors. Let's consider e5. e5, knight c6. I can't take f4. Okay, that's a simple decision. Queen b6, pin, or knight e4, knight d4. I think queen b6 is a little trickier. Also, they'll get their bishop on e3, which is stupid looking. They could also just take and open up the a file, which also looks good. But the point of queen b6 is enforcing the decision on them. Okay. I will take. Knight c7, I'll play king d7. Okay. If they don't play knight c7, I think I'll just castle. Which feels a little weird, castling with the c-pawn moved. Next move I'll probably play, actually, e5 first, and then a6. Apparently Fisher had a rule where you should kick the pieces out from kicking your opponent's pieces out from your territory. Oh wait, what was I? I meant to play e5. Right. Play e5 now. Of course, it's not good anymore because I can just take e5 now. Right. Let's go bishop e7. And bishop e6 getting out of the way of g4. We can play knight e4 which would kind of lock their pawns down if they took. But I think I'll just play knight e4 now that their knight is on a4. If they come back, then knight e4 is just much better. Okay, so knight e4, bishop g7, rook g8, and I think they're just blundering. However, like knight e4 now. Rook b3, king a8, and I can play like d4 with tempo. And take. Maybe. Okay, I'm thinking knight b6, king a7, and then the knight kind of has to go back after like d4. Okay. Hey, Sometimes Gamer, how you doing? Doing pretty good? Sure, Jack Turtle, you can play me after this game. Sorry, I normally have Twitch Studio set up on my phone, but it's not showing any of the messages. It's my bad, guys. Wasn't trying to annoy you or anything. Let's play king a7, attack the rook, kind of. Rook c7, rook c6. So anticipate like bishop d4, and I'll play c5. Okay, they take c6. Look at the chat. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay. Yeah, I'm playing slower chess today, so I actually have time to look at the chat. So what my opponent is threatening is rook c7. Let's not allow my opponent to play rook c7, and let's play like bishop g5. They can play rook c7 now, but I'll just play king a8, and then wait knight b6. Oh boy. Yeah, so looks like I'm getting mated. Actually, they don't see it. Okay. Why does nobody see mating patterns at this level? I mean, I can't be talking. I don't see mating patterns every time either. Hilly Joes, how you doing? Let's not run into a check. So let's go king c7. Actually, they can take and then bishop e6. So, not playing the greatest this game. I'm down 2 pawns from what was an equal position. But I have like knight f2, maybe. Okay, they take. I will keep running because that's most of what I'm good at in chess. Just running my king for no apparent reason. Okay, if they take. Okay, they give me a check. I'll run because running is fun. Okay. Question is, do we want to go to d6, which seems a little less safe, or to f8 or e8? I'd argue against going to the back rank because it disconnects the rook. This rook would be pretty bad. And also, well, I was thinking there might be maybe bishop c5, but the knight kind of guards that. So this knight has a nice outpost, which is the only reason why I don't feel a lot worse here. But this bishop does a good job of blocking my bishop from doing anything. Opponent can play h4 and g4, which is something I might play. Let's go king c7. Let's not run into any discovered attacks with the knight. Although I don't really see a very powerful one. Maybe knight c4 would be best to play knight e5. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I mean, being at work is probably a good reason not to watch a chess stream. Let's go king c6. I didn't like king b8 and rook a8. Then like king b7 trades. I guess I'd be better there because their rook and their bishop kind of stink. I think next order of business is to play knight g3, so neither of these pieces ever get out. Okay, let's attack the rook. Just spinning like rook a7. Also rook a4 would work. But I'll just play knight g3, and these pieces stink. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 pieces in the game. They only have 3. So of course I'm going to be happy there. They played a4. I played king c6. They're going to try to get their rook out, I guess. But I'll just play rook b8. And if I can trade my rook for these 2 pieces, I'll be happy. But this knight is doing a good job here. Okay. Let's play rook b7. Try to get these rooks off the board. And bishop e7. Rook g8. Yeah, I'm not convinced. If something like h4 I'm not even going to take, I'll just play bishop h6. I don't want to trade this bishop for this bishop because trading these bishops would allow e4 to be played. So I'll play f6 here. I'm gonna just try to keep these pieces on, and okay. Let's go rook d8. Doesn't do a whole ton right now. Okay, I wanted to trade. Let's play bishop f5. I want to go king a8 and rook c8. Feels like a good plan. Okay, they go c3. I can trade knights, I guess. I don't really want to. It's not like an aversion to trading or anything. It's just that my knight is so good, keeping their pieces out of the game. Play h5. Where's the knight going? Can't go there. Can go there. I'll just play h4. Okay. The knight has infiltrated a little bit. I'll defend my pawn. Looks good. I guess they can play knight e6, which I maybe shouldn't have allowed. Okay. As much as I don't want to trade, I probably shouldn't allow the loss of my material, so I just play rook d6. Hey Atlanta, how you doing? Thanks, Silver Cards Gamer. I appreciate you calling me amazing. I just, down 3 pawns here. Don't feel too amazing. Okay, they take. And they have that, which is annoying. Okay. Let's play Rook G6. And let's play Rook E6. And we can play like Bishop G6. Okay, they take my knight. I think that's a good move. However, either of your pieces is getting out of the game. Getting into the game. I feel like I can just pick up these pawns pretty easily now. Okay. Let's go Rook H6. Stop the rook from getting out. Okay. Rook H4. C4. DC4. So that's stopped. I don't know. I don't think I can win with, even with all the material that I'm preventing from moving. I think I'll go Rook H6 back and Rook E6. Okay. Gonna go back. If they play Rook G1, I'll play here. And now, play Bishop F5, stopping Rook to H3 after H4. Okay, this is annoying. Their bishop's getting into the game. Hold on. Only move is Bishop D3, right? Yeah, I definitely should have played Bishop F5. Okay, go here. They give me a check. I think I have to take. They're down in 33 seconds. I'll take. Take H2. Let's defend. Okay, they just have too much material. A queen. Oops. I thought I could play. Right. Let's defend. Let's not let them sack the queen. Oh wait, my queen H3 now. I don't even want to trade. Let's go here. And here. Did they mate in one? No. There's rook blocks, and there's rook blocks. So yeah, not the greatest game, but I pulled out a victory. Doing pretty good in Atlanta. At Atlanta. Sorry, American. I thought I saw a city name, and yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Haven't been streaming that long, only about 2 hours. Started a little late, so I'll keep going for a bit. Let's go E4. Okay, we get the Sicilian. We've played some rather dubious stuff against the Sicilian, but I think this is also rather dubious. They can just play knight c6, and I think I'll play like queen c3. They can play e6 maybe. Yeah, they play e6. I'll play a3. Yeah, I could have sacked the queen for the two pieces, but that's more of an England thing than anything else. Second queen for the three pieces, second queen for two pieces in the opening. Okay, bishop g5. Okay, queen b6. I should probably take. Yeah, I think I'll just take, and then probably giving up the center pawn. Yeah, e5. Pushing e5 unless it's really well supported isn't really a good idea in the Sicilian. I did it anyway. Not sure why actually. I'll just take, and I'll take my knight probably. Their bishop. Then I'll take their knight. I'll play like knight d2. Maybe c3 first. There's also knight c3, but then they can double my pawns. I mean, I get they have the bishop here right now. They probably don't want to get. They probably don't want to lose it. Most people value the bishop here a little too highly, at least in my opinion. We'll take d5 though. Taking d5 is pretty annoying for them. Play rook b1, attack the bishop. They can take a3 though. It's kind of funny. Okay. Let's go check and h4. Oh wait, they can just take. Okay. Because they've allowed us to... Wait, what? Hold on. I said check and h4, didn't I? But now they can take f6 with the knight. So we'll give them a double check. And let's hope they don't play king e6. King e6, knight c7, I guess. King e6, knight f4. I play h4. If they play king f5. Yeah, king f5 is just a little bit radical. I guess there's h6. I play g4. And this is getting a little too much, I guess. If you give a noob a G pawn, is what they should say. Okay, let's play. I don't know. Bishop h6. There's g5. So, I can just take, right? Like nothing too bad happens if I take. But g4 looks fun. Okay, rook e1. And bishop h6. I've opened the g file. Their bishop is still under attack, so they defend. Could lift the rook. That doesn't look too bad. I could also just take b6 straight up. Let's do that instead. If they move the bishop, I'll probably just play rook e1. Right. Yeah, just rook e1 feels the best. Okay. they're attacking my knight. I shall counterattack their bishop and threaten maybe rook b5. Okay, they take h4. We'll take their bishop. I can play bishop e3 if they take my knight. Yeah, bishop e3 attacking their pawn. Anticipating like rook c4. Rook c4, rook b5. Rook c4, rook b5. I guess they could play b6 and then take c2. And then after I've taken b6, they would have like something. I don't know, I'm down 3 pawns, but I don't even feel that much worse. Okay, I'm definitely worse here. Didn't take too long to change my tune. Missed rook e5. Okay, they attack. Oh wait, putting the king on g2 allows bishop c6. So that's a no. Oh wait, is there just rook g4? Rook g4? Maybe. Okay, rook g4. I have to play king h2. And I don't know, this gave me a headache. I'm only down 3 pawns though, which is not so bad. Okay. I can get a draw here if they, unless they play like g5. I mean, we could repeat, but black's up 3 pawns. I don't know why they repeat. I don't know why they would repeat. Okay. I can't play rook h1. I was considering that for a moment. I think I'll play. Okay, c3 just allows rook c3 if my bishop's pinned. So, how about? I don't know, rook c1. Just super depressing move, but I feel like it's necessary. Okay. Let's go c3. I gonna play rook e4. Okay. They're threatening f4. However, what about just bishop d2? Because they play rook e2, bishop e3, and f4. Okay. Move out of the way. Okay, I think they're mating right now. Okay. I think I'll just play rook e1 because that stops me from getting mated. I'm pinning the rook that would checkmate me with a rook h5 and rook h1. Okay, that is not good. Let's go king h3. At least rook h4 is impossible now. If they go rook g5. Okay, now they win my bishop. At the very least, I think just. Okay, so we'll check. and c4. Everything was mate in 1. Or mate in 2, I should say. Wait, what? Why aren't you taking my... What? Okay. Is the opponent just malfunctioning? Like, no need to make me feel better. I mean, I knew you were gonna win, even if you didn't. Even if you could have given me all the pieces. Even if I don't have a rook. Even if they don't have a rook, then still losing. Okay, check, check, mate. What? Getting epically trolled. Okay, we got the game. It's a 1913. E4, E5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Okay. How about a black burn showing gamut? Let's mix things up. Okay, I don't know why people take. I had a free pawn on a e5. Wait, just d4. Okay, I'm getting rolled. This is not good. I can't even play d6 because of queen a4. Also, bishop f7. Right, right. Let's pretend that this wasn't a complete disaster. And I got what I wanted at the opening. Down a pawn and with a worse position. Also, my king can't castle. This is probably like +3. I'd say +3 is a pretty accurate estimate. Okay, takes. There's like bishop g5 maybe. Bishop d5 is annoying. I can't take on e5 because of rook e1. Okay, let's just go bishop. Let's just snake the bishop and try to checkmate. Okay, Operation Snake the Bishop has succeeded. Now it's time to checkmate the opponent by them not seeing checkmate. Okay, that mission failed. We'll just attack the king side like nothing happened. Like, obviously I wouldn't have castled anyway, right? Okay, queen e6. We can rook lift and play queen h3. Then just rook e2. Running out of ideas. Okay, f4. Okay, queen g4, there's f5, which is kind of funny. We trade queens. Alternative to that, I think I'll just play rook d8. Okay, f5 comes. I'll play queen e7. And let's just say I'm getting squashed this game. Takes. And because I have to take. But they can play f7 intermezzo. Okay. Nobody's looking for intermezzos anymore, it seems. But Intermezzo wasn't even needed. Rook g8. Oh wait, what? You giving the windmill? Like just infinite windmill? Um, cool. I'm down a full rook, but I have windmill. Cool. Windmill is worth at least 10 points. Oh wait, I have checkmate. Let's delay checkmate by taking 2 pawns on the queen side. And yeah, I totally saw that I had checkmate before this, but definitely didn't play it. Yeah, that was fun. Very fun tactic. I do like myself a good windmill. It's mate in 2. They can block twice, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, they block. And I'll take checkmate. Well played. That's not even supposed to be sarcastic. I'm told I'm very sarcastic. I tell people I don't know what sarcasm is. It's, fun to mess with people sometimes. Okay. Got an 1871. We've mostly been playing d4 and a little bit of. We've mostly been playing e4 and a little bit of d4. Let's play knight f3. At one point, I was scoring 60% with knight f3. I think I can go d4 here. Maybe it's the other way around. Okay, they take. Let's go for a bit of a gambit. Like, I'm not gonna play e4, so it's not gonna be a Sicilian. But let's just, have some fun. It's been enough serious chess for today. Okay, they go g6. I'll go queen d7, queen d2, and castles. I can play e4 if I want. Although that would just be like a dragon. Okay, let's go h3. Stop the knight from going to g4. And I guess we could play e4. E3 doesn't really make any sense because they do have this battery. But I guess e4 just transposed to a dragon. Kind of. I guess it really wouldn't because I've played d4 and sac c3, so this is just a g6 setup for the Smith-Morrow. Let's go bishop e5. We'll pin bishop d7. We'll take it. We'll play e5. Okay, I'll play e5 now. If they take... Okay. What I'm thinking is we can throw in this capture and then take that. And if they take, then I play queen e3 or maybe rook d1. Okay, they play bishop takes. I'll take attacking the rook. And they take. I'll give a check, pick up the bishop. And up a piece somehow. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but I guess I did take one more piece than they did. Okay, that's not a good move. You gotta move the queen again. Or to just, yeah, you gotta move the queen again. Play rook e8, rook e1. Probably queen g3. Threatening d6. d5, not possible. Rook d8. Could play rook d5. Threaten h5. Okay. Let's see. I'll take that. And take this. And check. I would play king d2. I think. It's a good thing my queen's defended. But that's the only reason I play rook takes. Rook d6 instead of... Okay. I think they're trying to threaten checkmate. So I'll put, like, rook e1 and... Let's play queen d2. We'll guard f2. We'll guard the king. Suppose they could play rook d1. But I'll just... Hold on. Yeah, I'll just play king c2. If I played knight d1, there would be some unpleasantness on the c file. If I had gone knight d1 instead of king c2. Okay, let's go rook d8. Let's trade the rooks. Takes a check. And let's go queen d4. We'll attack a7 and defend f2. Okay. We'll go knight e4, which adds an attacker to f6. Queen f4, there's f3. I think I'll go f3 now anyway. And we'll play like queen b6, win a pawn. If I go a5, I'd be a little concerned about a4. I think I'll go king a3 here. I don't really see a threat. a5, there's b4. Okay, a5, b4. Queen e7, there's queen c5. Queen e7, there's also knight c5. Queen e7, there's also queen f6. Maybe? Okay. We'll be taking with the king. a2 hangs, but then I take f6. Okay. Let us go h4. Okay, have I made a mistake? This looks rather scary. Check. Okay, I'll go king b1. a3, or queen b3, there's queen b2. And I think I'm okay. Wait, no, is this perpetual? might be perpetual. Oh wait, no, that's check. Right. F5. I'll go knight g5. Knight g5 is a important move, I feel like. Could've gone f4 earlier. Okay. How to win this? Let's do some counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Hold on. Let's not draw that arrow. 4, 5. Okay, so they go for g2 first and then h4, attacking the knight. We can win g6 first, and then win f5. If they go for h4 first, and then take g5. I guess I'm not in time. So, yeah, I should have played like g3. My king is way too slow. Okay, I'll play king c4. And does the square matter? King d5. And 96. Okay, I think this is better. Although they can just run the h-pawn. Right. Yeah, I was somehow losing. But I think I would draw now. Takes. Yeah. Oh wait, no, f4. This king can't defend from behind. No. Darn. Okay, that's just annoying. Queen f6 probably. King g8. What? Good game. I feel like saying well played would be a little sarcastic. Okay. I get stalemated down a queen, so let's call that a win. Played 14 rapid games and 3 blitz games. Oh yeah, I had the 2 blitz games against the viewer. Okay. I wanted to analyze one of these games. Zuckertort, Sicilian Invitation. Hold on. Pianissimo. Yeah, I just want to take a look at this one. I think I played the best move every time, but well, maybe not every time. There's the ACPL. Part of that's because it's the Italian and not the Spanish. Okay, so e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Yeah, the computer does like the Italian. c3, knight f6, d3, d6, castles, castles. Bishop g5 is okay. That's where part of the evaluation loss is. Bishop g4. Okay, rook e1 is probably the biggest inaccuracy of the game. Biggest, well, I mean, losing whatever advantage I had, but they took. I still think 8 average central pawn loss is a little harsh.
Hey Jackson, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
Okay, so that was a good game, although the opponent was about a third my rating. I don't got too much else to say. Think we shall rate a channel though. Let's find someone streaming the lichess category. Okay, there's nobody. So in lieu of that, we'll. Oops. Wait, Foreground Vic is streaming? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we shall rate him because he's cool and I know him from Discord. So let's start a raid.